All right, let's talk about something we've all felt, but nobody really likes to admit to. Envy. It's one of those super complex, often hidden emotions. Today, we're gonna dive deep and break down those subtle, kind of confusing signals someone might be sending when they're secretly jealous of you. So, let's get right into it.
I mean, have you ever gotten a compliment that just felt weird? You know the feeling, right? Someone says something that's supposed to be nice, but it leaves you feeling kind of strange, maybe even a little insulted. You can't put your finger on it, but the praise just doesn't sit right. Yeah, we've all been there.
Well, that strange feeling, that little social puzzle, the answer might just be hidden envy. It's this powerful emotion that people try so hard to conceal, but, it always finds a way to leak out. And when it does, well, it's fascinating, but it can also be pretty frustrating.
Okay, so before we go any further, we need to clear something up real quick. We throw the words envy and jealousy around like they're the same thing, but psychologically, they're really not. Jealousy, that's a three-person situation. Think, I'm afraid of losing someone I have to a rival. But envy, and that's our focus today, is a two-person game. It's way more direct. It's just, I want what you have.
So why is envy so often hidden? Well, it pretty much boils down to something called social comparison theory. We are all just hardwired to constantly look at people around us and, well, size ourselves up. And admitting you're envious, that feels like shouting from the rooftops that you feel inferior. And let's be honest, that's a really tough pill for our ego to swallow. So the emotion goes underground.
So if it's hiding, how do you even spot it? Well, this hidden emotion actually leaves clues. We're about to go through 7 of the biggest telltale signs. Think of yourself as a detective, and these are the clues you need to start reading that secret language of envy.
First up, and this is a classic, the backhanded compliment. This is like a masterclass in passive aggression, isn't it? It's praise that comes with a little stinger attached at the end, a way for someone to acknowledge your success while kind of knocking it down a peg at the same time.
I mean, this is the perfect example. The first half is great, congrats on the promotion. But then they add that second half. It's amazing how much they're promoting people lately. See what they did there? They just took your personal win and made it seem like some generic everyday thing. It's a total defense mechanism to protect their own ego.
Okay, sign number 2 is what I like to call the mirroring of failure. It's rooted in this fantastic German word you've probably heard, Schadenfreude. The one that means taking pleasure in someone else's misfortune. For an envious person, seeing you stumble can actually bring them a weird sort of relief.
And get this, there's actual brain science behind this. Research shows that seeing someone they envy fail can literally trigger a dopamine hit in their brain. So what you want to watch for are those tiny, super fast micro-expressions, like a split-second smirk, or maybe an offer of help that feels just a little too eager when you share some bad news.
This builds right on that last point. Sign number 3, diminishing your accomplishments. If they can't get that little thrill from your failure, the next best thing for them is to just rewrite the story of your success. They'll chalk it up to anything and everything, except your own talent or hard work.
So you'll hear things like, oh, you were just lucky, or, well, it was all about your connections. By framing your wins as an accident or something you didn't earn, they can mentally keep you on their level. And that, of course, makes them feel better about where they are.
Now for sign number 4, and this one is pretty ironic. I call it the insecure shadow. This is when envy doesn't look like negativity at all. Instead, it looks like direct imitation. You might suddenly notice someone starts dressing like you, using your phrases, or picking up your exact hobbies.
Psychology actually has a term for this, identity mimicry. And it's deep because it means they don't just envy what you have, they envy who you are. The subconscious hope is that if they copy your behavior, they can somehow copy your success too. It's like they're trying to steal the identity they admire so much.
This brings us to a particularly sneaky one. Sign number 5 is false discouragement. This is where an envious person masks their feelings as care or concern for you. They'll try to talk you out of your ambitions, all while pretending they're just being helpful.
So the crucial thing here is the motivation. When they say, I'm just worried about you, what they're really worried about is that you might actually succeed and leave them behind. They want to keep you right where you are because your growth just shines a big spotlight on their own stagnation.
With sign number 6, we're moving away from the passive stuff and into something that feels more like sabotage. This is the whisper campaign. You know the type. They're a supportive friend to your face, but the moment you turn your back, they become your harshest critic.
Their whole strategy is to try and lower your social value in the eyes of other people. By pointing out your flaws behind your back, they're trying to make themselves look better by comparison. It's a calculated move, and it's all about managing their own insecurity.
And our final sign, number 7, is over-exaggerated success. You'll definitely recognize this one. It's the classic one-upper. No matter what good news you share, they always have something bigger, better, and shinier to announce.
Your moment of celebration immediately becomes a stage for their own announcement. This isn't about sharing joy with you, it's a desperate attempt to seal that spotlight right back and soothe the pain of feeling inferior, even if it's just for a moment.
So, those are the 7 signs, but just spotting them is only half the battle. Now we've got to put it all together and figure out the real takeaway here.
So, what does this all mean? Well, first, and this is probably the most important thing, remember that envy usually comes from a place of insecurity, not pure malice. And it's crucial to look for consistent patterns, not just a one-off incident. The goal here isn't to label people, it's to better understand and navigate your social world. And honestly, when you understand the why behind the envy, you might be surprised to find it can actually lead to more empathy.
And that brings us to our final thought. We've spent this time building a toolkit to decode the signals of envy in other people. But the real challenge, the most powerful use of this knowledge, is to turn that lens inward. Now that you know the signs, can you recognize them in yourself?